Hey y'all, before we get into this episode, we just wanted to let you know that there are some audio problems with it. We were trying to live stream this on Twitch to make a video just to try it out, and I don't know, just one of the microphones wasn't working very well, and that was mine, so you can't hear me very well. We're going to get it fixed for next time for sure. But we hope you enjoyed this episode of Midweek Minis where we invited some guests over. Thanks, y'all. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Midweek Minis. I'm your host, Mitch Lawrence, and that's my wife, Leah Lawrence.
Hey, y'all.
And normally, y'all get to ask us questions and tell us your own personal stories, but we have something else going on this week. Leah has some friends over, and we're live streaming this right now on Twitch. It's our friends from the Trailer Trashy podcast, Kyle.
Hi.
Amber.
Hey.
And Aaliyah.
Howdy.
And they are here to help us with something because Amber has a personal story that she wants to tell. I'm sorry, I just got up and walked around in the middle of the live stream, but I had to fix some shit.
Hope your pants were pulled up.
Oh. We'll find out. And anyway, we're going to let Amber tell us her personal story where she was apparently, she's haunted or something. Aren't you haunted somehow?
Demon possessed or demon attracted or
Attracted.
Demon adjacent.
demon adjacent.
There you go.
I like it.
Aaliyah's going to help me because she helps me tell all my stories.
Okay. Hit us with it.
Okay.
So,
Tell us your
or
personal story.
You can start. I'll fill in.
Okay.
Fucking story, though. It's your
Oh,
story.
but I get nervous.
She makes me tell all the stories.
And I will
'cause
tell
remember
a
the details
story.
better.
I will tell a story for 2 hours, and I don't think we can keep
Well, let's face
everybody.
it, I do that
You're not
too.
in frame.
Am I not in frame?
You're
okay.
not.
I'm sorry. There we go. Thank you, Director Leah. All right. Again, y'all, we are trying to live stream this as well. So the audio could be a little bit funky, but we're going to deal with it. And I think Aaliyah is going to tell a story right now.
Okay. So, this was, let's see, our oldest son was 2.
Yes.
Okay. So, he's 10. So, 8 years ago. Good God.
That's a long time.
8 years ago. Sorry.
Yep.
Anyway, Amber works at a nursing home. She's a tech. And she was working the second shift.
Yes, I was.
And so she was feeding a patient supper. And this particular patient, Amber works on the dementia hall. This particular patient was way past being able to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't, she didn't say, hey, how are you? Like when you walked in the room, she didn't speak to you at all.
Just a nonverbal kind of
Yeah.
patient.
Well, I mean, she spoke every now and then, but it never really made much sense.
As Amber's getting a phone call
I'm sorry, my watch is vibrating.
in the middle of the recording.
Story of my life.
So unprofessional.
I'm so sorry. At least it didn't ring.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
But anyway, so, I mean, she talked some, but it just, about random stuff that it wasn't in context at all. But anyway.
So she rambled.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm feeding her supper. So it's about 6:30, 7 o'clock. And it's almost dark, but there's light still coming through the window and everything. I'm sitting on the side of the bed feeding this patient. I see something out of the corner of my eye. And I was like, what is that? And it looked like a figure of some sort. And I was just like, whatever. It's not
like a shadow person.
kind of like a shadow person, but like it was more of a silhouette too at the same time, but it was dark, not like white, like a ghosty, whatever. Oh, so I'm feeding her and she looks at me and it's like, it's her, like it's
Not like a blank.
It's not the blank confused woman. She's like, that little girl just scared you. Oh,
Little girl.
my Lord.
Yeah.
Yes.
Girl at the nursing home.
my God.
Exactly. There wasn't. That's what Amber seen run by.
Exactly.
And it ran from the hallway into the closet, correct?
Reversed.
Reversed. Okay, from the closet to the hallway.
Yes.
No, backwards, I thought you were saying. She ran backwards.
That would be creepier.
Well, I mean, it's pretty creepy that like you've got this woman who doesn't speak coherently that just was like,
Notices
that
something
little
she
girl
just
just
saw."
scared you.
She crab walked from the back room.
No, she was
To the
standing up
hallway.
straight. But anyway, luckily the patient was almost done eating, or was done eating, or whatever. And
If she wouldn't eat no more.
I ran out of the room, tray and all, scared me to death. And I almost ran into another employee, and she was like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "I'm pretty sure I just seen a ghost or something. Like, I don't know what it was." And she was like, "It's still daylight." And I was like, "Yes, I know." I know. And I'm not going in there.
too.
And anyway, continue.
Does she think that you can only get a ghost in the...
I mean, we normally see stuff or hear stuff at night.
Which
And-
nursing homes are, everybody I've ever known that has worked in a nursing home says they're haunted. And that's from like multiple different nursing homes.
Hospitals too. My mom talks
Lots of
about a
people
lot
die
of
in
weird
there.
shit in
Yeah.
the hospital.
So
Well-
if there is such a thing as haunting, then it's going to be in a nursing home or a hospital or something
Well,
like that.
So Amber gets off that evening, and her ex-husband picked her up with their son. And she goes to get in the car, and she hasn't spoken to him all day, or since she went into work. And he said, "You seen something tonight, didn't you?" And she kind of just looked at him and was like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" And he goes, "She's sitting in the back seat beside."
Fuck
The
that
sun.
shit.
Yes.
Yeah, so like he
Nope.
didn't have a clue. He didn't know he had seen anything. Didn't know what he had seen, and he's like, "There's a little girl sitting in the back seat beside our son."
Nope,
Fuck
nope,
that.
nope, nope.
Yeah.
Nope,
Uh-uh.
nope.
Yeah. Oh, it gets worse.
So
And
How does
remember,
it get worse?
remember, I lived
wait,
this.
just
I
wait.
lived this.
this was before I knew them.
So we only live 3 minutes from where I work. We get home, and he sits down, and he was like, "Do you want to talk to her?" And I was like, "No, I don't want to talk to her."
Is he
And I
a
was like,
medium?
"What do you mean?
Can he
What do you
allow
mean?"
it?
He's seen. Okay,
You know, we grew up in demon
Casting out
casting
demon churches.
churches and all that kind of stuff.
so
and-
he says he's seen stuff his whole life, like he's been
Yeah.
terrorized by it.
Yeah. So anyway, and I was like, "What do you
Takes
mean?
one to
What do
know
you mean?
one.
What do you mean?
And
Do you
I-
want to talk to it?" I was like, "No, I don't want to talk to it." And he was like, "Well, she's sitting up there on the entertainment center." And I was like, "What? Like, no, I don't want to talk." He was like, "Oh, it's okay. You can talk to her." Okay. Well, then his like total expression changed. He kind of went blank. Yes.
If there's any part, okay, let me interject. If there's any part of the story that could have been faked, this would be the portion of it that was. Because
Right.
she had no control over, like, she did, all she could see was what he was doing and how he was reacting.
Mm-hmm.
The other stuff, like, he wasn't there. He didn't have a clue she's seen something at work. And
Right.
then the other things that happened later, she actually seen herself. So
Right. So anyway, so yeah, like he starts talking or whatever, telling me how beautiful our son is and all this craziness, just
Like
trying to be
channeling her basically.
pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah, like, oh, he's so beautiful, and I was like, first off, why are you here?
First off, get the fuck out.
Why are you
that
here?
would have been the first thing I said.
Why are you here? Why were you in the nursing home? And she was like, well, I love old people. I said, what do you mean you love old people? She was like, well, they make me feel good. And I was like, okay.
Me too.
Well, how did you die? Or are you dead? And she was like, yes, I'm dead. I died when I was 8. My name is Katie. And I died from natural causes. And I was like, okay.
what natural causes killed an 8-year-old?
Exactly. And I
Well,
was
we
like,
don't-
well, how
I mean-
long have you been dead? And she said, a long time. So, like, I don't know if she died of, like, a plague or some kind of sickness or whatever. I have no idea.
Okay.
But anyway, and it's very well known for old people, if they're dying or declining or whatever, to see children. Like, that's very normal.
That's
It's
really
not.
creepy.
It's not
I did
very.
know
It's
that.
not very
They'll
normal.
They'll ask for children.
Yeah, they're asked for
And
children.
not just like grandchildren. Like, it's because
or they'll say,
They
"Hey,
see
do you see the children?" or something like that.
See if they're asking.
Now,
for
I'm
it.
not saying that every dying person sees demons.
Suck
This
their
is
head.
probably the only case.
But I
Like,
mean, like I've heard of old people wanting baby dolls to hold
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like I've been to a lot of nursing homes. Like just when we would go doing trips, like to the
Yeah.
nursing homes in church or whatever. Like a lot of old ladies have baby dolls
Yeah.
to take care of and stuff like that. But I've never heard of them like seeing children.
Yes.
That
yes, they do.
that makes me creepy itchy.
Yes. So I was
Does
confused.
nobody else get creepy itchy?
No,
No.
I get
I mean-
terrified peeing my pants. Anyway.
And then you get itchy. Rise up.
I mean, I get itchy if I'm thinking about like bugs.
Yes.
But
bugs.
not like if I'm scared, I don't get itchy.
No, I get spooky itchy.
That's weird.
But anyway, and then I was like, okay, I'm confused. I don't understand. Like, why are you here? Are you not supposed to be in heaven? And she said, how did she say?
So you asked her something about knowing Jesus or knowing God, and she told you that they weren't allowed to look at him.
They wouldn't allow to see his face. And I was like, hold on, just 1 minute.
That ain't
Are
what my
you
Bible
supposed
says.
to be a guardian angel? And she was like, yes, I am. And I was like, then you've seen the face of Jesus.
Because
And-
I fucking know what you've seen.
No. Like
we're
that's
talking biblically,
We're talking
like-
biblically.
You're saying, but
You know what I mean? Like,
this bitch.
no, I
In
went
there.
full blown.
Are you really
Oh,
gonna call a
absolutely
guardian
not.
angel a bitch?
Yeah.
This was not. This was a demon, honey.
You said she was just a guardian angel. Excuse
That's
me.
what she said she was, and she was
But
not.
she wasn't because she ain't seen the face of Jesus.
Because she
ain't
hadn't
allowed to look at Jesus.
She's not allowed to look at him. I'm like,
She
why
drank
would
the
you
sweet
not be
blood of
allowed? Why would you not be allowed? And
That's amazing.
anyway, it was like she kind of got defensive or whatever, and I told her that I was done, that I didn't want to talk to her anymore, and like I immediately started praying over myself and my child. Anyway,
Because we don't care
But
about
not
the ex-husband.
Nothing.
so things started happening in the house, and by things, I had my keys on a lanyard, and I would put them by the front door, and we had a very long walkway or hallway to get to our bedroom door.
And theirs is at the end, kind of like the way this room is at the end of the hallway.
Yeah.
It's the door. you know.
Yeah.
We'll put up blueprints of our house.
But anyway, and you could hear those keys jingling all the way down the hallway, and
They
then
were, like she was bouncing them for
Yeah.
the ones that aren't watching.
and then
Alive.
you would hear them slam into the door, and then when you would get up the next morning, there the keys would be at the foot of the hallway. One day, our oldest son was playing in his room, and now be reminded he's 2, and so he doesn't really talk very much, and he just sits and plays in his room with his stuffed animals and all that kind of stuff. Well, I hear him jabbering, and I'm like, what is he doing? So I go in there, and like he's got all of his animals, and there's a gap in the animals, and it was like he was sitting there talking to something.
Amanda's
But anyway,
typing, and I need to see what she's typing. I'm sorry.
But it was like he was, sitting there talking to something while I pick him up and I start praying and everything. And I ended up having to bless my house. Am I leaving out anything?
Well, I have something from Amanda.
Oh, okay.
Which nursing home was this? Summerford? And then she immediately
No.
said, can confirm. Fuck that.
He did work there for a little while, I'm pretty sure.
No, I still work there and I'm not allowed. Yeah, I can't say that.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
So no, it's not Summerford.
No, it's not Summerford. I've never worked for Summerford.
But you won't know what the other one is.
But I mean, it's a
It's
nursing
hard
home.
to figure out.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you went around the house, put oil. all over
Okay,
the
we
house
talked about using oil for
on a trailer trash.
on a trailer trashy. Yes. Okay. I went in my kitchen. I prayed over my oil, and and I touched every wall, every window, every door.
Kyle's grinning because he's done it.
I've done it.
Yes, we
Yes.
came home from a friend's house casting out a demon, and we went around
Yep.
and put crosses around every wall of
Yes,
our house.
and I
Only
opened.
paint with satin and glossy paint because you gonna ruin that match. You
go in my mom and dad's house. If you look over the kitchen of my mom and dad's house, you can see where my dad has put a cross over the
Yep.
in oil. It's shiny. You can see it.
Yep.
It's normal.
And I opened my front door and
walled beaches.
I opened my
There's
front
no
door and I
demons.
said, "Get out."
we're demonless.
That's right. And she never bothered us as in my son and I again.
Look.
Looking.
Can we just discuss how gross your walls are at your parents' house? That is fucking disgusting. Amanda, am I being heard? I don't know if my mic is coming through. Don't worry, I'll cut this out of the audio. It comes up.
Is Amanda the only one on? Can we see who's on there?
We've got 5 viewers so far.
Oh, hey, y'all.
Hey.
Amanda said time to sell the fucking house.
We don't live there anymore.
No, it was an apartment, and we don't live there anymore.
We don't live there anymore.
At least someone is, helping.
Participating. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you very much for that.
Everyone check out Amanda Panda Comics.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Amanda Panda.
She did a live comic drawing
This morning, yeah.
earlier today. I did not watch it. I saw that it was happening. I'm sorry, Amanda. I had to cut the grass. I'm so sorry.
Chores.
I was
Yeah,
asleep.
I think that it's time for some questions. So what are we going to do? Are we going to have them ask the questions?
Well, I've got the bag, and I'm going to pull it out, and they said that they would answer some questions also. So we'll each take turns answering a few questions, and yeah.
And if you're in the chat and you want to ask a question,
that works too.
totally.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And if you need a house blessing, no, I'm just kidding. You can do it. You're supposed to claim what's yours, and
Let's get biblical.
yeah, claim what's yours.
Muffled. Okay. All right, I'm muffled. That means there's something wrong with this fucking microphone.
You also have your cord on under the wheel.
Yeah, now it's in the chair. Yeah, I mean, this microphone has been fucked up this whole time.
Oh man.
Hold on, I'm gonna get weird here.
Get silly. Hey.
Did that do anything?
Okay. Thank you,
help?
Amberly. I appreciate you.
We have the same mind.
All right, so
There's no way that was good. All right, what are we doing?
all right. Well, I have some questions in this Crown Royal bag, and I've pulled one out. And this is our very first question of the evening. This is from Jennifer T, and her question is: if you could solve a mystery, what would you solve? If you have a tie, what are they?
Like a famous mystery?
Any
Already
mystery.
Yep, I already know hers. Yep.
John Benet Ramsey. That or Amelia Earhart, but
Like every 2 weeks, I lose socks, and I'm like, what?
it's a house elf.
Where the fuck did my
Mystery
socks
solved.
go? I'm just saying.
The dryer ate it.
Most likely.
Yep.
I just want to know where my fucking
Leah,
socks
what's
are.
yours? I feel like
Okay,
you know a lot.
so mine's the Hinterkaifeck murders. Always has been.
Which one's that one?
It's the German family that got slaughtered, and there's no.
The Soldered
Yes.
Children would probably be my tie with John Benet Ramsey.
Okay. Amberly,
She stole mine.
John Benet.
Jean
Yeah.
Benet. Okay. Kyle.
I would have to do anything with Jack the Ripper.
Okay.
Who
like
was
it.
Jack the Ripper?
We don't know.
They think it's a woman. Did you know that?
Yes. But they also think it could have been multiple people.
I would say
Right,
there's a
yeah.
ton
Bunch of copycats.
Mitchell, what's your question or your answer?
My socks.
Your
But
sock.
That's all he cares about. It's all a
Amanda
mystery.
says my room smelled like olive oil for years.
Because Amanda grew up in Kyle's church.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
She gets
I wanted
it.
you to know that. That happened. So,
That's fantastic.
And prayer cloths. Put prayer cloths underneath your pillow.
Oh my
What is
god, but Dad
prayer
hides
cloth?
prayer cloths and bloodstones everywhere. So you know the little aquarium rocks, the smooth ones, the ones that you used in Pokemon?
Yes.
They would take red ones and they would pray over them and call them bloodstones. So my dad would put them under my
that
brother's
is some
bed.
gothic, creepy shit.
No, when I came out to my family for like a full year, I would find Bible verses that my mom wrote down, and hid throughout my room, including underneath my mattress and my pillowcases, behind bookshelves. There's so many scriptures.
Y'all, I'm so glad I grew up Baptist.
we have a question in the chat, Leah,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
if you'd like. And we did have somebody say that they could hear me. I want to
Awesome.
Yay.
So they're helping as well. Spectros. I don't know who that is.
That's my brother.
Scotty, we love you.
Hey, Bubba.
All right, so Amanda said, oh, there goes the dog. That's what you get. You finally getting live streamed and you know what our fucking hell is. Amanda said, what's one haunted place you'd like to visit and what's one you would never visit?
All of them. I would never visit all of them.
I would love to visit the Winchester Mystery House.
Okay.
That is like one of my top want to go
Yeah.
see it things.
If I had to visit one, yeah.
Yeah.
I, like had to.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would want to go there.
I wouldn't go there.
I'm not sure about places I wouldn't visit because I don't really stuff like that doesn't really bother me a lot. But where wouldn't I go? Is there something? I mean, if it was on private property and it was like a no trespassing situation, I wouldn't go there.
There's nothing that just like creeps
But
you
other
out so
than that,
bad.
there's nothing that like really gets me.
There's
to
one
where
place I won't go.
I'm not going to shout it out. But Amanda's typing like directly to Kyle at this point.
She is. My mom is a scripture ninja.
Lord. There's this one place in Lawrence County called LaGrange, and
Yes.
they there are like literal demon worshippers out there that like hang
Do
out in the
sacrifices.
graveyard and stuff. But I don't even know if the story is true, but they tell a story. Some of the people we used to go to church with, that there was a guy or a few guys, and they like were just being teenagers up there, and they were after the blonde-haired, blue-eyed one because he had the power, and they wanted to like kill him for his power. And I was just like, just to be safe, I have blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm gonna stay away.
How Aryan race of them.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Mine would be Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
that you
Okay.
want to go or would never go?
I would go.
Okay.
I would go.
Is there anywhere you would never go?
We found out recently that Amber
the,
hates haunted houses, period.
Oh, yes.
The Amityville Horror House. I would never go there.
Oh, Ocean Avenue. I totally
Would never
go there.
Mm-mm.
Hell yeah.
I have
It's a cute
nightmares
house.
and no, I couldn't do it.
Kyle?
I can't remember the name of the place. It's that mental institution in West Virginia that you and I talked about last year.
Fuck.
There's so many.
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, it's the one that's American Horror Story was based off of.
Yeah.
I would go to that one.
The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
Maybe.
Is that it?
I don't know. It's been a year.
There's so many of them, but I think that's the one we're talking about. But it
Scotty
could be
said
wrong.
Winchester House intrigues me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one.
No.
Have y'all seen the movie?
I have not, but the Winchester Mystery House, it's a mansion in California that a lady, that she was actually the wife of the man who founded the Winchester Repeating Rifle Company.
Yes.
And so they were super fucking rich. And he died, and their kid died, and she
Almost
got
everybody.
Yeah, everybody in her
everybody.
life basically died, and she was left like a insanely wealthy, like billionaire by today's standards. And so she went to a medium, and the medium basically said, like, you've got to build a house and you've got to keep building it, like a place for all the victims of your husband's rifle company to like hang out, or you're going to die as soon as you stop building it. So she made this massive fucking mansion, and the mansion kept getting more rooms and crazy shit. Like, there are staircases to no way. There's windows in the floor. There's a huge seance room
To
that's
cause
super
confusion.
creepy. Like, to like
Of the
have
ghosts.
like, so she can get a way out if the ghosts are chasing her, kind of shit. It's really weird. I really like it, and it's a good story, so I kind of want to go there.
The movie was pretty good. It wasn't as good as I was wanting it to be, but it was pretty
I
good.
haven't seen the movie yet.
Come
Is
back next
Grey
week.
Gardens haunted?
Do what?
Is Grey Gardens haunted?
Probably.
Come back next week for Amberly's movie review.
Yes.
I would totally let you do that on our channel. You can 100% sit here and review
I don't watch
movies.
scary movies anymore.
Well, I didn't say scary
No,
movies.
but that Winchester one was pretty good.
It was really good. It wasn't like a scary movie.
All right.
Okay.
Mitchell, did you have an answer?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, this is the next question, and it is from John M., and it says, Mitch,
Yep.
do you like the spicy watermelon vitamin water?
I haven't had that, but it sounds fucking awesome. I would 100% drink that. It sounds so good. But no, I have not had it, is the answer.
Okay. Here is another
Has
question.
anybody had it? Has anybody tried it? I've never heard of
had
it.
I've never heard
no,
of it.
I hadn't heard about it either.
I don't know if I've ever.
Spicy watermelon?
Yeah. Leah put salt on her watermelon.
I love salt.
Well, that's
watermelon.
common.
Oh, who doesn't?
Me? Because I like a sweet watermelon.
You're
It
weird.
is sweet.
I understand. I like it with salt just fine. But I just like watermelon for being watermelon.
All right, here's another question.
Okay.
It says, this one's from Kim S. It says, why won't you include New Mexico in the Southern Spirit's definition of the South? We are way cooler than Texas, and there's literally a shit ton of ghosts here. Because you aren't the South. We love you. We have
Why
a lot
won't
of
you do it? Because it's
awesome.
not.
We have a lot of awesome listeners in Colorado and New Mexico, and maybe we should do like a listener's choice kind of like one episode where we
I'd do
just
that.
delve out of the South, just
Yeah.
cause.
Well,
Maybe Midwest spirits for a day. It'll be
full
fun.
disclosure, when we first started, Leah was trying to decide what states to include. And she asked me, she was like, can we please include Texas? Because there's so much there, and then there's so much alcohol that comes out of Texas.
Yeah.
Right.
And I said, why the fuck would we not? I thought that, why would you even ask me?
Technically, Deep South does not include Texas, but I wanted to include Texas because it's just another fucking country basically to pull shit from, and I wanted to. So
But yeah, so if that conversation kept going, Kim, I feel that it would have been.
we could have
Can
gotten
we just
there.
do New Mexico? Yeah, why not?
But no, I'm
Why?
sorry. New Mexico's not the South, but
Mm-hmm.
it's South adjacent. Maybe we can come up with something
We understand your desire,
like
for it being
Southwest.
included, but-
We'll go
Southwest
Southwestern spirits
Yeah.
for an episode. It'll be
I'll do
fun.
We could do y'all could do American Spirits
Oh,
and just
spin-off
go.
show.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, maybe.
This one's actually from Aaliyah. Hey, Aaliyah.
Hey.
This says
Just have
what?
her read it. Have her read it. There you go.
Read your own question.
What is your dream job?
Leah, what's your dream job?
My dream job is just making shit for people. Anything, literally anything that you need
Samesies.
made, I'll make it, and you pay me for it.
I don't
That's
really
all.
want to make it for people though. I just want to make whatever I want in that moment.
So an
Yeah.
artist. You want to be an artist.
Basically.
No, not
I
really
mean,
an
I'll-
artist, because what I want to make isn't really art, but I just want to be like, oh, I want to like
I want to
build
be
a
able-
water slot today. Let's go
Yeah,
build a water
same,
slot.
same. We have the same dream job.
Yeah. Because it's not really art. Like,
We want to be
useful things.
YouTubers, basically.
I want Lowe's to pay me to remodel my house.
I was
Yeah.
just about to say mine would be to do
I want to buy one first.
absolutely nothing and make $100,000 a year, and I would be so happy. Can't someone just give me that?
I mean, yes.
Like, you hear about these people making money on YouTube, and you go, fucking how? What are you doing?
Making
How?
YouTube videos.
But, like, who's paying them? I don't
YouTube.
get that.
the
The
YouTube,
YouTube, their
and the
ads.
ads.
YouTube does pay, but it's like, it can't be that fucking much.
It
Oh, it is
though.
that
it
much.
is. It is.
Some of them
Well,
are
in
making,
3
like-
weeks, if we're not there, the show's fucking canceled.
Some of them are making like $100,000 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And if we don't get there,
Just get on Twitch
it's on
and
you,
stream.
motherfuckers.
Get on
Point to the actual camera.
Get on Twitch and stream yourself playing something. They make more money than
Yeah, but
anybody.
then you got to get a capture card, and I've looked into it.
Yeah, so
Of
have I.
course
That's
you have.
very expensive to get into.
It's
Is it,
expensive.
what is a
Like
video
capture
games?
card?
Yeah.
Oh, is
okay.
that the?
Pulls the video games. Like you plug it into your console.
Do you have to get like ROTS to show video of the video game?
Some of them try to do that and demonetize people on YouTube. I don't know.
It's
all the
mostly
details.
Nintendo, right?
It's mostly Nintendo,
Nintendo
yeah.
does it a lot.
So a lot of people stopped streaming Nintendo games
Yeah.
for that reason.
But that's okay. I still watch all the Mario Maker 2 videos,
Same.
so doesn't matter. I think we could do one more. We can go a little bit long on this one, maybe 2 more. And since this is a nice special one, and you know, what did Scotty say here? Nintendo is the harshest. Thank you. That is what we said.
Okay, this one is
no,
just
he's right,
for
though.
me, and I think it doesn't count as our next question, but it says, would you be willing to try a pickle juice dirty gin martini? Yes,
Who's
but
that
would I
from?
like it, Kim?
Okay.
No, it would probably be gross
I'd
because I
try
don't like
it.
gin, but I'll try anything.
Pickle juice and pine
The
needles.
good thing about pickle juice is that it's basically cranberry juice in that it overpowers anything you put with it. So, like, you take a... That was my first introduction to pickle juice with alcohol. Somebody gave me a shot of tequila and then said, here's a pickle juice backer. And that's what it is. You just... And you
It's
get
called a
no
pickleback
tequila.
shot.
Yeah, you get no tequila off of it. Wonderful. And I
Actually,
would
generally
100% try it.
pickleback shots are with whiskey, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
I'd 100% try pickle juice martini. Kim?
Okay, what is the weirdest or most unexplainable thing that has ever happened to you? And this has not got a person's name on it,
Okay.
so.
I don't know that I have one of these, so if anyone else would like to go, please.
I think I just told my story of that.
There you go.
Mine was a ghost in college through a board, like a bulletin board at me, and
First episode of
yeah,
the Southern Spirits
first
podcast.
episode. You go listen to that.
Bitches.
I
really
did
don't have
not
one.
say bitches.
Yeah, but you were thinking it.
yeah, probably.
Y'all can see the look on her face. Does anyone else have one? Because seriously, I don't.
I mean, anything that counts, I can like biblically explain. So
I don't
no.
care.
I mean,
Just
we've
tell
seen
me
some, like-
anything weird.
Yeah, I've seen some.
What's the weirdest thing
demons
that's ever
casted
happened
out
to
and
you?
stuff.
Like creepy, paranormal, or demonic,
Oh, I do
or
have
whatever.
one.
I guess I can. No.
I have-
I'm out.
All right.
I had a waterbed growing up, and which I was grown. It was right before I moved out. Like I was having a dream that like a demon was attacking me in my dream, and like I woke up and I was all the way away from my door, like as far away from the door as I could be on the bed, and like I felt like, if you've never been on a waterbed, it's hard to explain, but like you could feel like something push the water on the other side of the bed down. So that was probably the creepiest. I just said like I rebuke in the name of Jesus, and it quit.
Right.
That's all it took.
That is all it took, Mitchell.
Demon was just a little thirsty. You were laying on a whole bunch of water.
All right, one more.
Yeah, let's get one more.
Okay.
Just for all these people checking us out right now.
Fucking A.
Struggling.
Y'all get to see Leah's tensile string.
Okay, this one is also from Aaliyah.
Ah,
There you go.
Shit.
Good job.
Next question. Move on. It fell on the floor.
Leah, do you plan your shot in the dark difficulty based on whether you want the shot or not?
Yes. Well, no, actually, I don't. I don't because usually I do my notes ahead of time and I don't know what we're drinking because Mitch picks that out. So generally, it's just whatever kind of question I can ask without sounding like a dick bag. Because generally, like, you don't want to ask, how many times was he shot in the face? Or, how many rape victims did he have? So you're trying to do... I try to put them in the most levity part, the lightest part of the question or like the story, so I don't come off as like being super dickish about the question. You know what I mean? So if it happens to be that the best part of the story is how long is my cryptid, that's what I'll do pretty frequently. Or, if it's a murder thing, it could be, what color was the wallpaper? It just depends. I try to put it in a place that is fun and gives us a moment to laugh before we get into worse stuff.
And seriously, most of them, I think all but 2 instances, I have absolutely no idea. There are some things that she tells that I've heard before. Like, the one that comes to mind is the one about the guy in New Orleans who was killing people, but the jazz music would keep him out.
The Axeman of New Orleans.
Yeah, I remember that. I'd heard that one before, so I knew the answer to that one. But almost every other time, it literally is a complete shot in the dark. I have no idea what to do. I just want to say that Amanda said, every Alabama child knows how to cast out a demon. They teach that shit in pre-K.
Truth.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I didn't learn. Oh wait, we got something from red-handed Susie. I'm not from the South and very interested in this oil thing. Is it like smudging?
I have no idea. What is smudging?
All right, so smudging is I'm on the occult shit here. All right,
explain, and then maybe I can answer.
So smudging is when you take dried out sage and it's tied in a bundle, and you light your smudge stick. So it's just a bundle of sage generally. You can smudge with a few other things, Palo Santo. There's a few other herbs that you can do it with, but generally just around here it's going to be sage. So you take your sage bundle and you light that sucker, and then you waft the smoke in your house, and you generally will say a blessing, or if you're religious, a prayer or whatever, and the sage is supposed to clear your living space. You open your windows, let that shit out, and the sage sort of is a blessing and a air purifier and cleanser, basically. And you sort of waft it through. And I know a lot of people that smudge even though they are like Christian or whatever, because it's with Jesus, not in place of Jesus. You could do it either way.
Said?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Amanda said it's anointed oil that's supposed to bless wherever you put it, like Clorox for demons.
Clearly. There's all kinds of scriptures about anointing with oil, so it's just one of those, like, when you pray over somebody, that's where it started, is like you anointed the priest and stuff to pray over them, and then they just got a little crazy and decided to anoint everything that they prayed for. My brother actually texted me individually, and he said,
Scotty, put it in the fucking chat.
This is what he said, did you just inherit all of my old shirts? And the answer to that question is yes, Scotty. I typically sleep in them, and I didn't know we were live streaming, so I wore my pajamas over here.
Oh, y'all.
Yeah,
You trashy trailer bitch.
So my brother left all his old shirts at my mom and dad's when he moved out, so I went and got what I wanted, because they're good sleep shirts.
Scotty fucking affording shirts and shit. Asshole.
But so smudging is similar to anointing oil, but anointing oil is something that apparently you can take. Now, my church never did it because we were Baptist and we aren't that far into it.
And we are Assemblies of God or non-denominational.
Yeah, my church believed there was demons, but didn't believe in them so fast that we could find them. Like, I mean, if someone had a demon problem, you'd take them to the preacher, and the preacher could talk about it. Because I've talked to the preacher that I had growing up, and he said, "Yeah, I've seen some demons or whatever, and it's very rare, but they prayed over them and did that whole anointing with oil thing. Like the Baptists will do it, but the preacher's gonna take care of that shit.
Right.
We don't make our own anointing oil like these oily bitches.
Oh hell, we do it at each other's houses. Like, me and Amber were at a friend's house, and like there was someone there that was like crawling across the floor like all demon like, and we casted that shit out.
That's when you just leave.
That's what that is.
Well, I wasn't gonna leave her there by herself. Her husband was out of town.
Yeah.
So we went and prayed.
Yep.
Oh.
I just want to make like the distinction. Like smudging is more like clearing out negative vibes, bad energy.
Yeah.
Anointing with oil can do that, but it's also meant to bring blessing.
Yes.
It doesn't have to cast out demons. It's a multi-purpose function.
Yeah, we use it on everything.
It's like Robitussin,
You
but for
have
demons.
so you were talking
Right.
about how, and I think you asked this on a Trailer Trashy episode too. You were asking like if you could use any kind of oil. I know my dad's church would have days where they're like, bring your oil in, and we're just gonna pray over everybody's oil, and like people just go to Walmart and buy like the same olive oil you'll probably have in your cabinet to cook with.
Yep.
And you like everybody in the church comes up and you pray over it and
so does
anoint
that
the
mean
oil.
you get blessed spaghetti after you cook with it?
Amen.
My mom cooks with hers all the time.
Absolutely. Yep.
So it's not sacrilegious to cook with your spiritual oils.
No.
Even
No.
cast you
No.
out of this bolognese. Oh, man.
That is so
love
bad.
Y'all, that's enough. Okay, this episode has gone on very long. We'll continue the live stream for a minute afterwards, but we need to get this audio fucking wrapped up. Jesus Christ, y'all. I forgot that these people talk like a motherfucker when they get together.
We
Yes.
literally just recorded an hour-long episode.
Yeah, we did.
And we're still going.
All right, y'all. Well, that's it for this week's Midweek Mini. Submit your questions and personal stories if you want us to do this, apparently, with everybody else here. We will, if you want to. But that's it for now, so we'll see you this weekend for the main release.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thanks to all our guests.